name is Kat Riggins, and I am a blues singer from the United States, born and raised in Miami. And I do a lot of blues, blues rock, blues funk, blues soul, blues gospel, anything blended with blues, and then the blues alone, as long as there's blues involved.
There was a dangerous woman from Miami way, with hair black as night and an angel's face. She left a string of broken hearts like breadcrumbs on a path.
I love all music, but I think it's been blues, and I get this question a lot. It's because blues chose me, I think. I love music. I grew up with music in my household, all types of music, country music, R&B, gospel especially. But the blues is what called to me, and it called to my voice because I have a raspy voice, a deeper, heavier voice, and it's not really pure and clean. So my voice relates to the blues the best. And it was the singers, the blues singers that my mom used to play, like the Coco Taylors and the Etta James and the Janis Joplins, that I related to most. So I think that's why my heart fell in love with it.
Honest, since I had to choose, I only had two choices: choose or lose. And I can't lose, no.
Tina Turner's voice is one that has always called out to me, always. And she used to do, before Tina with the big hair and the rock and roll Tina, she was doing a lot of blues with Ike and Tina. Yeah, exactly. So she was singing blues songs like I Know You Love Me Baby and stuff like that. And those are the ones that really caught my heart. And then also my mom used to listen to a lot of Denise LaSalle, and I liked her attitude. She's always very bold. For a woman, she would say whatever it is she wanted to say without filters and say it on stage. And that kind of power in a woman has always been inspiring to me.
I feel like I'm walking a tightrope, and today is the day that I fall. Today's the day I fall. What you say, Mr. Ray?
I think people try to stay safe in music, especially blues music being a genre that is not mainstream. So when you want to be successful at something, you want to try to please everybody. So some people are afraid to address social issues, things that are going on in the world right now, especially on stage, because you don't want to lose fans and you don't want to offend your audience or offend anyone, because we work very hard, especially this being something that if you're doing it full time and this is how you eat, you work very hard to keep food on the table. So the last thing you want to do is offend those people who are coming to see your show, because then it's more difficult to get shows. But the way I address it, I address those social issues during my show and with the songs that I write, is I just try to do it honestly. And I try to do it in a way that is not like shoving my beliefs or my opinions down anyone's throats. I'm just expressing my own feelings and what I'm thinking, because that's what music is about anyway. It's about self-expression. It's about trying to inspire the world to be better. So when I address those issues, I try to come from a place of wanting to help people grow, rather than trying to put people down and stuff like that. And I always say, before I sing a song that I know is going to be controversial like that, I always say, if you are easily offended, this just ain't the show for you. So that way I give everybody a little disclaimer to let them know this might be something that's political or maybe religious, because I sing about God a lot in my shows. So I'm honest when I approach those issues, and I think that my audiences appreciate that honesty, because then they can relate to it, or they could take it or leave it. But it's something that I have to get out at that moment, and if I don't express it, I feel confined. I feel like when I'm on stage, whatever wants to come out at that moment comes out. It depends on the song, it depends on the moment, it depends on the audience also. So you might see somebody sweet for a second. I hardly do a lot of sweet though. I don't do I don't do a lot of sweet, but I do a lot of bold. I do sexy sometimes depending on the song. I do pissed off sometimes depending on the song. It all depends on that particular song, that particular moment, how the audience is reacting at that time. For instance, I have a song called Hear Me on my new CD, and it's a song about being hurt and then about the anger that comes from that hurt and about the strength that comes from also the anger that comes from that hurt. So in that one song, I try to relate all of those feelings because I do want the audience to understand what I'm feeling when I'm singing any song. So I try to bring it out on stage, and I try to just pass that out in the audience so people can understand me internally.
Frog in my shoe, crawfish on my shoulder, he looking dead at you. Got dust from a rattlesnake, got a black spider bone. If that don't do it, baby,
I'm the girl in the boys club, and there's a lot of us now that, because this blues thing is kind of a man's world. There's a handful of women that are acknowledged and respected in this blues world, but you always see a bunch of men on the roster when it comes to blues festivals or whatever. Like you see a bunch of men, maybe one woman, So this album is just that. It's a girl in the boys club. Like, now we're busting down the door. We're gonna be on your stage. Don't be offended. We're not trying to take over. We're just trying to get our piece of the pie, So this album is dedicated to all the blues women who knocked down the door to the boys club before me. The Coco Taylors, the Etta Jameses, the Big Mama Thorntons, the Ma Rainey's, the Bessie Smiths, all of them, to Bonnie Raitt and like everybody. And also dedicated to the women that are walking through this door with me right now, that are paving the way for women that are gonna be coming through that blues club later, like the Shamikia Copelands and the Beth Harts. And like Nikki Hill, I love her. She's blues rock, and she's got this crazy energy, and Anika Chambers. Oh my gosh, there's so many that I can't even name them all, but not everybody knows about them, and everybody should know these names. Everybody should know these names. So that's what In the Boys Club is about. It's about the girls in the boys club.
the sky began to cry. 'Cause when I raised my head, the sky began to cry. 'Cause when I raised my head, the sky began to cry.
I have a prayer. I pray every time. I pray every morning. I pray every night. But before I get on stage, I have a prayer. And a part of the prayer is that God allows me to be a vessel for love, for joy, for peace, for strength, for hope, for courage, for passion, and for compassion. So that's the energy that I feel like I want conveyed whenever I'm on stage, or whenever somebody hears me on the radio, or anything that I'm involved in where I can give a message to people. That's what I want. That's what I want people to get from what I do. I want them to see and hear and feel God in me. And when I say that, I mean I want them to see and hear and feel love in me. That's the whole point of any art, is to spread love, to spread real emotion and feeling. So that's it. That's the answer to that question.
answer. Oh yeah, I'm owning the business in your neighborhood. Sing, blues is my business. Blues is my business.
If business is good,
Blues is my business.
business is good.
Yeah, the blues is my business.
Business is good.
Blues is my business.
Business is good.
Well, I'm owning the business in your neighborhood. Now the blues is my business and
My name is Kat Riggins, and I am touring Holland and Europe on my In the Boys Club tour, and I'm so grateful to be sitting here right now talking with thebluesradio.com. Everybody should tune in anytime you get the chance.